Live on location, Los Olivos Park. Once again, it's on. It's 11:53 Mountain Standard Time. I got out here a little early. It's been like all week tamale cooking season. I'm saying like all week cooking tamales. I got a couple. I got some over there for me right now. When I get back, so I'm gonna save me a couple. Save me a couple tamales for when I get back. I came out here on I just ate a Reese's peanut butter cup. That's all I ate one single Reese's peanut butter cup and water. I figured like something like that. It don't even matter. Like with the sugars won't matter because I'll burn it off quick. That's what all this is about. I'm gonna walk in the street. You see. See, I don't even know. Let me take a look. Hold on. I'm gonna take a look at how much I did yesterday. Let me see how much I clocked yesterday. 9.2 miles. So I'm at about a 7 mile average, I would say right now, if we're looking at distance. But like I said, I usually I go by time and then I'll measure the distance after that. You know what I mean? Like after I'm done, how much I actually got, because pace can pick up and I could actually get more distance, but just got to keep it moving, man. The point is to get the blood flowing. You know what I mean? Get the heart rate up, get the sweats going, get them toxins out of the bloodstream. Start balancing my. Well, I've been balancing my diet more or less, as best as I can actually, but you know, I find my taste buds changing to where, like I say, like it's harder for me to eat really sweet stuff or really salty or whatever. Everything now I find is in moderation. Like I can only handle it all in moderation. So really, like I just eat for what's necessary. Like, there's those moments where you sit down and you enjoy a meal and the company and everything, but otherwise, food for me is just, it's just what's necessary to make the machine continue in motion. In order for the man to continue with his momentum towards whatever it is that mankind is aspired and inspired to accomplish in life. Yeah, got artists. That's a beautiful place, man. That's what I say. Like, sit there, do some paintings and portraits, and see. Usually we get not here, but they have them birds in this tree right here. Them mugs are beautiful. 11:58 Mountain Standard Time in the Valley of the Sun, beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. I tell you, I feel good, man. Like, you know, this morning, I started stretching and stuff to get ready to come out here, and like I see how more flexible I am, and like I see how much more stamina and everything. Like, these few weeks of consistency doing it, like just practice, just dedication, determination, discipline. It's paying off in a major way, man. My sleep, you know what I mean? Um, Eating habits, everything. So I figured too, one of the things is like I have to I have to yeah, we good. how, how old is he? Well, yeah, no, what do you he's goofy? Oh, Zuko. Did you say goofy? Zuko? Okay. My bad. My apologies. Right. Yeah, it could be kind of intimidating. I'm good with dogs, but yeah, my mom has she has a Chihuahua, so I come at her with the scent on me regardless. So I expect it. But yeah, that's a beautiful dog. That's a big dog. What breed is he? Beautiful dog. Lot of energy. Yeah, some beautiful dogs. I mean, the the homie lunatic, my dog. He has a he has huh? Bread? No, thank you. No, I'm good. I'm actually exercising right now. I appreciate the offer though. Thank you. Yes, I tell you, so invitational. That's why I come out, man. I tell you, I tell people like, people want to bring the static to the park, you know what I mean? But like, this is invitational. I invite people to come out here and, join me on a walk and some exercise, a talk. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful place. I'm trying to, I've been inspired to try to talk some people into coming out here and, uh, uh, doing their little hustle because I got like some homegirls that they sell their food and shit. They usually, you know what I mean, do their little thing at home. But shit, man, come out here on the weekends. You create a marketplace. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. Create a marketplace. And then, like right here, like I said before, like this is an affluent community. So, you know what I mean? They love them some tamales, some fried breads and things. But like right here, though, to the east side, there's a lot of Native Americans right here. Well, in the valley, period, we have a lot of Native Americans. That's our population. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, that's the difference. Like culturally, in Arizona, the Chicanos of California, the Chicanos of Arizona, because like the Chicanos in California they have more of the Spaniard mentality. They have more of that conquistador mentality. You know what I mean? Whereas here, there's more pride in the indigenous, you know what I mean, side of us in the native. That's the culture here that Chicanos gravitate more towards than out there. Like, I don't know, like to me, like it's different because like I see out there culturally it's academic, right? I call it Hollywood, but like it's really academic. It's just trial and error type shit. It's academic. And then when you look at like, like the whitewash history when it comes to the term Chicano and all that, like it all traces back to the same. It's all the same whitewash history because the infiltration of like MK Ultra was centered in in California, Los Angeles, and certain parts like New York, in certain areas, Baltimore, um, obviously where the Panthers were most influential, Brown Berets, AIM, where these groups were most influential. You see the influence of MK Ultra, and then like look at bro, for decades they ran fucking studies on these dudes inside the prison system. Like these dudes admitted to it. Like you're talking fucking known fucking members of that shit, dog, that have admitted to being part of the MK Ultra program, dog. You can't listen. Once you went in there and did that, dog, you were done. Like all of them. Like that's listen, bro. You went and talked to them peoples, dog. You went and played the game. You don't come out of that thinking you're clean from that shit, dude. You don't. That's why Kilroy had those suspicions till his dying day about it. You know what I mean? But see, that's the cultural differences when it comes to the two different places. We're culturally different. Our gangs are culturally different. Like everything about it is culturally different. What where the conflation comes in is really in, like, let's say, hip hop rap. You know what I mean? Like it's really in the emulation that comes from Hollywood because, like, I'm gonna tell you something. Like the reason homies out here in the rap game don't do what they can do, what they should do talent wise, is because they still California beats. These artists out here don't understand that. They like the sound, they grew up on it. So now as rappers, they come to emulate it. But they don't understand that P-Funk sound originates out of Los Angeles. The whole instrumentals, the undertones of the productions of the beats and shit, that is a whole different, that's a different bounce. That's a different vibe that doesn't exist out here. Like listen, their hardest beats on their shit, right? Gang shit is really it doesn't knock as hard here because of that. That shit lands flat here in a valley, in a deep fucking chasm, dog. It's a desert. You know what I mean? Like you have to consider what instrumentals would do best out here. It don't even matter, dog. R&B, anything. Is like if you get like there's artists out here, Native American, that do productions and shit. They use those instruments, those tribal instruments, those ancient tribal instruments to do their beats and all that shit. And like that's an original Arizona sound. If you can't rap to that, if you can't sing or songwrite to that, then you're not really as gifted as you think you are. You're not the artist that you think you are. All you are is good at mimicking and mocking others. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because like people like I've made offers to go in studio. There's been very few local artists that would dare go in the studio with me and lock in like that and go bar for bar freestyle like that because, like, I'm gonna kill anything that I'm in there on. Everybody knows how that shit's gonna come off. You know what I mean? I had to close shit out, and then that's just a mic drop on some shit. But see, I'm a musical prodigy. I advanced in all musical instruments my first grade in music class at Edison Elementary. By the time I was in fifth grade, I could read and write musical notes on scale. I had already been composing lyric. That's why they advanced the music and band programs in that school. So like I understand there's like a lot of things like Melanie Starr or something with her like they got a really they got a catchy track right now. They got a chart topper right now out there. But what I realized is wrong with it is that it's timing, right? So whereas like right now would be the best time to start releasing like out be it's because artists can release independent, they can drop what they want when they want. You can undercut, listen, you can undercut all major distributions by leading out into the Christmas season, right? So you plan your releases between November and December, right? Okay. The problem with that drop right there that they have is that that's more of a springtime. That's when you're coming out of the thawing into the springtime kind of vibe. It's more up tempo. It's more like that's the vibe of that song. It's out of place. You know what I'm saying? It's released out of turn. Right now, it's like I was telling her, like right now would be the best time to go black and white on some handcuffing shit. Do some real fucking cuddle cozy ass fucking love ballads. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to release going into this season. You know what I mean? Because then those hang in the air. Like you release them during this time. By the time Valentine rolls around, right? You're already locked on those tracks. Like you've already created the anthem for the hot for the Valentine season, the handcuffing season. You let out with that love ballad that's gonna be right there anchored. While they're trying to release at that time, you've already released ahead of time. So by the time they're releasing them ballads, them love ballads that are going into that time frame, into that season, you got the chart topping dance hit. That's how you undercut the industry. Listen, I understand marketing, I understand business, I understand the economy. As a matter of fact, I just posted a thesis today explaining the influence of military, how the weaponization of hip hop. It all speaks to the weaponization of hip hop. I know how and why. I know who was at play. I know who the first gatekeepers are. I know who the plants are. I know every stage and phase of it. I'm going to release thesis on all of it. I'm going to explain the business model. I'm going to explain how formulaic it is, and I'm going to explain how to break the fucking cycle so we can fucking take control over all this shit. Fuck all these fuck boys who sold their souls to get there. Yeah, we all know how they got there. We know the Diddy parties. We all know the Diddy parties. We all know they ain't worth it. We know that they're gatekeepers. We all know that they all keep us down. We all know that them fools at the top ain't nothing but crabs in the crab basket. One real one, I see you let her fuck them weenies. Hello, fam. I'm at the knee specialist. Thank God I need surgery. Yeah, I pray for you. I do too, honestly. I'm at that age where, like, man, I be feeling it. I do. I be needing a brace. But I tell you though, like all these walks do help me. It really is. Five Kind Meat, I appreciate you tapping in. My bad, bro. I'm running past these comments. You for tapping in. Appreciate you, Joe. Daniel drive by, thumb drop. Appreciate you, Daniel. Appreciate the drive by. Appreciate the thumb drop. Appreciate the support. We're gonna keep it pushing, man. If you got the brief moment to stop by right now, on your lunch break or whatever it is you got going on, man. Appreciate you stopping by for a minute. Appreciate the love and support. Yeah, that's the value of the channel. That's the value of listen, that's the value of being able to come on every day. Right? Listen, noontime, Sunday through Friday, you got someone that's inspired himself to go work out every day. That comes from the same shit. They got the same fucking issues, dude. I got fucking mental health issues. I got medical issues. I got them saying, goddamn, give me some tissue issues that everybody that's watching me got. Motherfucker get to get in hemorrhoids. Motherfuckers get to get in all kind of crazy ass shit. You got to get the fucking pulling hair out of places you never thought they existed. You hit an age where you fucking figured it out, and it's like, fuck, dog. Why couldn't I have maintained my motherfucking, my physical being? You know what I mean? Why do I gotta be like, ah? And then my young self reminds me, hey, fool, you remember all them OGs that came across your ass and all them counselors and all that shit, and every time everybody was telling you was doing wrong and they was trying to help you and you was like, no, no, because Daniel knew better. Yeah, your ass knew better. Now figure it out, fool. If I ever got me that got more issues than National Geographic, for real, dog. Hey, bro, that's all of us, dog. Like, I come on here for that. You know what I mean? Like, I come here to talk about that. That's what people come out and exercise for, man. Listen, everybody comes out and exercises for good health, mental health, physical health. Like, that's why people, what I mean, take the time out of their day to come out here and do this by practice. It shows the greatest consideration for one's own well-being. You know what I'm saying? Like, what greater appreciation am I showing myself, love for myself, than to come out here and do this? You know what I mean? In spite of all those issues. Hey, Joe, hey, listen, I'll just copy paste those theses unless you want me to send you the links from Chat GPT so you can read them from there. But I could just copy paste those theses that I have that I've done, like the one this morning. I'll start with the one this morning. Um, I'll copy paste it and SMS it to you. Yeah, bro, that shit. I mean, like what I'm uncovering now is what I've known or suspected all along. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just a question of getting the research material. You know what I mean? It's just a question of now I got the best fucking I got the best. Hey, little buddy, go give me these answers right now and write this thesis for me. You know what I'm saying? So I got, it's a blessing, man. It's a really, truly God-given blessing for me because, like, I was the type of kid grew up like, I was read the Encyclopedia Britannica a lot. Me and my brother Rudolph, like, Rudolph he had the whole set that my mom and dad bought for him before I was even born. But me and my brother Rudolph we would read the encyclopedia. We reread every fucking did that shit. So I've always like, you know what I mean? And then now, like, all of my studies is just like, it's like I say, it's like, it's this puzzle. It's the puzzle of life, right? It's all the pieces. And whatever pieces are lacking, you know what I mean? It's easy to see the big picture because there's not so much missing, right? And like, so I just, that's what it is. It's just, it's all these pieces and then piecing them together. And then you see a portion of it. You know what I mean? Because, like, I have to, like, these theses are all drawn together, but I have to actually break them apart. You know what I mean? Send the Chat GPT link. It worked last time. All right. Yeah, I'll just do that then. Matter of fact, it's easier. I'll just send them all to you then. You'll just get a bunch of text and just that's a bunch of shit you can read. Cause, like, I'm on 12. I posted, listen, in the last, say, 48 hours, I have 12 theses posted. Who does that, dog? Bro, listen, listen, there's not even a fucking college professor at an Ivy League university in psychology or any of these fields that's fucking publishing a thesis a year. Hey, how many of these motherfuckers do you think are getting published a year? And I'm like, listen, I'll sell you this thesis for $100. I'll sell you this shit for $100 that blows your life's work out the fucking water. One thesis. That's how I be doing them. Listen, I'm just using the gifts that God gave me. This is just gifts God gave me. God made me this way. He created me this being. He gave me these abilities. You know what I'm saying? My life story unfolds as he designed. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like it's amazing how like no matter what, like I just go into an independent, random, like quick, like just ask a question, right? And then it's crazy how when I get into these chats that deal anything with military, anything with pharmaceutical, anything with the healthcare, anything like, bro, you're talking about the core, right? Like the core force that powers like the ultimate energy, the energy source that governs all of it, right? Okay, so the most powerful lobbies in government, in U.S. government, are the pharmaceutical and healthcare lobbies, insurance lobbies. Okay, both healthcare and pharmaceutical lobbies have roots in our military. The healthcare comes Blue Cross Blue Shield. So that's in the 1800s. Then it starts branching. So when the realization that the need for something is there, then you know that you can scale up and you have to scale up. So once these things become consumer products that become profitable for people, then they become commodities that are sold in exchange, right? So when we get to the study of pharmacology in the 1800s, the science of pharmacology, which is where pharmaceuticals are developed, it's in Germany. It's in Germany. It's in German engineering, Merck, Bayer, companies like that. So, okay, whatever whitewash history there is concerning why we went to World War I, we have one purpose in mind. The powers that be at that time, which were primarily Jewish influence that come out of the Eastern Bloc, Russia, fucking Germany, they come out of all these countries. David Sarnoff comes out of this place. These rabbis and all this shit, they come from there. Remember, Hitler has Jewish ancestry. So the whole German fight is over the House of Judah. That's a fight within the House of Judah. People are under the impression that like these German, like, yeah, they were what they were, anti-Semitic. But you're talking about Semites themselves. You're talking about people with the same ancestry. It's like an American calling an American not. Because one like a Stephen Miller doesn't see value in the others, like a McCarthy don't see value in the others, like a J. Edgar Hoover don't see value in the others. Drippy Mars, if thesis on what, if I may ask? The thesis today, hold on. I'm gonna give you I'll give you the title real quick. Yeah. I don't know how much of this to fit in the comments. I'm gonna try to drop it in the comments. Hold on. How do I comment on this bitch? If I could comment, I'm trying to drop a comment on there so I could fucking. I don't know why they don't let me do that shit. Uh, Trying to see that filter. Uh, Let me see. I'll just see if I could do it on here. No, it's not gonna. Oh yeah. No, it won't let me copy paste. It's too much. I try to put it in the poll question, but so it's about. Oh, I go back. Hold on, let me. To signal the weaponization of hip hop, something like that. It speaks of how hip hop was weaponized. It speaks about it explains how Sylvia Robinson, founder of Sugar Hill Records, was a plant. She was an industry plant. You have to understand that the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, that they have control over Hollywood, over the movie and music industry. Our U.S. military has had control over that shit since the very beginning, since the advent of television. You have to consider that our U.S. military, when they put out the television as a signal, was intended for population control. So we're digging into the histories of these signals. Okay, look up the Army Corps of Signals. Study the Army Corps of Signals or the Army Signal Corps. Look up the history of the Army Signal Corps. Okay, by the time David Sarnoff, who is co-founder of RCA and NBC, which RCA was the television and NBC was the broadcasting. And our military, the US military, David Sarnoff was a brigadier general, Army Corps Signals. At 4 years old, he was sent away by his mother to go to be trained and taught schooled rabbinical studies by his rabbi grand uncle. By the time David Sarnoff was 9 years old, David Sarnoff was equivalent to what you would see in Jesus as a child in the Bible. His understanding of the law, his understanding of science, his understanding of alchemy, biology, chemistry, genealogy, genetics, uh, his interest was signals. Listen, by the time he was 4 years old, he was already able to make signals. He was already creating his own codes. So his history, as I can see, I mean, it could be true. It could be a cover. It's hard to say. It's really hard to tell because it's all plausible. Any cover story is going to be plausible. So it's all about the influence. Now let's put this into perspective. So in a microcosm, you're looking at me, right? In a microcosm, my analytics, the algorithm here, it's going to link me to a certain viewing audience, right? And those content creators that are in that same algorithm, let's consider the influence and impact of all of us, right? Let's consider the content that we're putting out there and the impact that it's having on the people. right? Because, okay, let's speak about entertainment. Comedy is entertaining to all of us. We all love a good comic, stand up comic. Love me some fucking Richard Pryor, some Red Fox. Love me some fucking George Lopez. You know what I mean? I can go through the list. Cheech and Chong. You know what I mean? To the present day ones, man. What's most entertaining and funny about comics? The reality that they speak about, that they joke about, right? What's his name? Sadiq or whatever, that comic. Mexican got their boots on. Mexican got their boots on. What's his name? The Mexican got their boots on. Tell me that ain't some funny shit, dude. Listen, listen to how he tells about this shit. I once told the homie Evil Loc. I did time with a homie from he's from A Trade Hoover Criminals. He was on the interstate compact out here and shit. And this motherfucker just was funny by nature, dude. Like, ah man, bro, like he's just funny. He's a funny guy, dude. And fucking like one time, Evil's mom had four different kids from four different dudes from four different Hoover sets, and she's an OG from right there. I think she's OG from 7'4" or some shit like that. I remember one day, dog, we was up there for about 6 hours. He was just clowning his mom, dog. And at first, I checked him about it, like, nah, dog, you can't talk about moms like that. You can't talk about mom dudes like that, dog. And then, bro, but Evil's funny. You can't help it, dog. It don't even matter how mad you try to get about some shit, dog. He had me rolling, dog. My stomach was hurting and shit, dog. Then I had to remind him, bro, but don't be talking about moms like that, dog. You know, that's fucked up. Some people have it in them. You know what I'm saying? And the impact that we have, the influence that we have. I mean, you have to ask yourself, like, are you trying to? I mean, obviously there's the listen, we have to address that because they need to be honest with themselves. Their primary focus is money. They're chasing the bag. That's clout chasing. Getting the numbers up for these content creators that I'm caught up in with is all about getting money. That's the status to them. You know what I mean? They could get more money, they can buy more hats and look pretty and shit like that, and it sells the show. While they're grifting on a memory, like they're grifting on faded ass memories, and then they're making shit up, and then they're lying, they're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's no realism to it anymore. There is no realism to it. There's no real there's no realism to it in reality when I could do this to them. And I'm walking my shadows. Walk a mile in my shoes and you'd be crazy too. So I mean, it's kind of obvious. People can sit there and disagree with me about certain things, and people can say I need to quit cussing and all this trivial petty ass shit. But the reality of it is I come out here and I work out every day. I'm exercising. There's a glaring fucking red sign in your face that says this man right now is out at the park and he's working out. He's at the gym. He's exercising. You understand what I'm saying? Context matters. I always say this shit. That's influence. That's an impact every day coming out of. You can count on a cycle, Sunday through Friday, some workout. I'm working now, dude. I'm just fucking walking. People are, listen, it just goes to show the J Cats that they are in all reality, because I'm out here, I'm working out, I'm at a park, I'm live, I'm on location. These people will be behind a fake account. Well, I would say it's not a fake account. They're hiding behind the account. They don't show their face. They don't put their name on it. We don't know where they're at. So these people locked in a dark dungeon, They begin to do what? Like what is it that they demonstrate time and time and time again? When they're watching a man walking that's exercising and it's on a regular basis, it's regular every day. It, out here telling you this. And then they chime in with the same trolling things, right? I can listen. You can box them into 5 different categories of shit that they're going to throw at me. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some dumb gang related shit. It's going to be some dumb homosexual shit. It's going to be some personal, attack on my figure or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like I said, literally, there's 5 of them. I box them all in. I know the stereotypes. They don't have nothing else to say. They're little bird brains. So, as adults, we have to consider what we're consuming ourselves. Five come in arguing, angry. What's up, brother man? Where you been at? Bro, I've been out here every day. Where you been? You ain't been coming on, man. I'm on here every day. We do a sunset. I've been doing a sunset too. Um, I'm trying to make sure I get that. That's why I came out early. I'm gonna start coming out a little bit earlier. That way I could be done earlier. Um, and then so I have time to get back and charge my phone for the sunset because like I've been getting out here a little later on the sunset too, just catching it as it's going down. So I want to get a good, that sunset. I like to get a good couple hours. This one right now, just an hour running because I'm walking. You know what I mean? This is just the consistency, like I said, of the routine for anybody who's interested in making a change in their lives. They want to diet and exercise. Here, you got an example. And while I'm doing it, I sit there and talk shit. You know what I mean? I'll sit there and educate, I'll preach, I'll teach. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come here, we'll rumble. You know what I mean? It's just a good time, baby. All it is to me is an offering of good time. You want to come tussle with me? You want to come? You want to come tussle with me in the chat? You know what I mean? Or you want to come over here? So I'm gonna tell you, look, I see the same things. You see, what you don't see, and I see it in the same things, is the frequency at which it shows up. See, things have been timing themselves towards my timing. You see, you remember the movie Forrest Gump? Do you remember the movie Forrest Gump? Remember when Forrest Gump took off, started walking? It's kind of like that. So, some got the timing down. It's a beautiful place, bro. People don't understand it. I love life. I love my liberty. I can't conceive of being locked up in a box like that dog throwing rocks. It's like crazy. These fools are locked in a box throwing rocks. Man, it's too much out here. It's too much going on, bro. In this world, it be too much beauty. And you got some fool, he from Santa Barbara? Damn. Santa Barbara, dog? They got all them rich peoples in Santa Barbara. Ain't it be some rich people in Santa Barbara? Ain't that where like really rich people live in Santa Barbara? Let me stop, dog. Shout out to Santa Barbara, California. I think I used to watch that daytime soap opera with my mom when I used to be kicked out of school type shit. I'm just playing. Five caught me to clocking back in, send that ChatGPT link after that. I got you, bro. I got you. I'm probably gonna run about an hour on this one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get back around, post on the bench and then end it, and then put my headphones on, smash this shit. You know what I mean? I gotta get this done. We'll be back out. We'll be back out here. We'll be back out here at Sunset the Clown. It's the Sunset Roastathon. You know how we do. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna make a mockery of all these motherfuckers. Did you guys watch that video? And the mommy mommies. They're not gonna react, bro. Oh fuck. You know what it is? My laugh. They don't like my laugh, bro. My laugh fucks them up, bro. It's my laugh, dog. When I laugh at them, it really gets under their skin, dog. They really hate to hear me laughing at them. You know why they hate to hear me laughing at them? Because my fucking laugh is infectious. Just me laughing makes a motherfucker laugh. I got the goofiest fucking laugh in the world. And it fucking gets under their skin because it makes them laugh at their fucking goofy ass selves. I make them laugh at themselves and they love it. They know they fucking love me. They know they want to be friends. Why can't we all just get along, man? You know why we gotta be like this, dog? Shit. Uh, Let me stop. No more laughing on the job. We're working out here, Daniel. What the fuck are you doing laughing at? You're supposed to be working out. My bad. Let's get serious. Let's get serious when we're talking about serious people. It's serious business when we're talking about, guys they're in gangs and organized crime and, they're shot callers and stuff like that and on YouTube. On YouTube. In real life, in real life, I don't know where they're at. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they get down. That shit might even not even be really them. That might be some AI generated them people shit. Like I don't know anymore, dog. Like I'm convinced it's not them. You know what I mean? Like they just act like bots now. Bots sold out, paid for. You know what I mean? Like God dang. Let me go get a subscription. Let me see if I can get you to song and dance for me. If I give you $1. Ask him what $50 donation would get me. Hey, if I donate $50, would you come over here? Would you come over here to Phoenix? Would you come work out with me one time, buddy, for $50 donation? If so, one of my supporters will donate $50 to you right now, Dubs. And they'll donate 50 to Gunners to get you both out here. We're gonna start a GoFundMe so Dubs and Gunners can afford the flight out here. We're gonna pay for their flight. We're gonna pay for their room and board, and we're gonna start a GoFundMe. We're gonna play our part. We're gonna do our role in getting them here. You know what I mean? We're gonna try our best. I'm trying to make it to the big platforms. I'm trying to make it to the big boys. I want to be, you know what I mean? Like I want to be on No Jumper too. Shout out to Sean Atwood. Shout out to my boy Sean Atwood. If you ain't never checked out Sean Atwood's channel, check out Sean Atwood. He has some really good true crime shit. He has some real mystery fucking type of conspiracy theory shit on the channel. Sean Atwood. Bit time with Sean Atwood. I'm in a book. Me and Sean Atwood got literature in the same book together. I remember when Sean Atwood was deported back and released from Santa Rita unit. Just like I remember when Gerard Gravano was fucking, the U.S. Marshals can't pick him up. Same shit. Yeah. Sean At hit me up about an interview too. I've had a few of them. Shout out to Alex Alonzo Street TV. Shout out to Alex Alonzo Street TV. Had about an hour conversation with him on the phone. He is interested. As much as I could tell him in that brief period of time. I had like, man, bro, I had so many different things going on at the same time. And then I guess it's a reminder of that was the last time I see my Theo Lucha, my Theo Richie alive, dude. I'll never forget his smile at me, dog. It was almost like now I see it, it's haunting because it's like it's the last time. And it's like it said that to me. My uncle smiled at me like it's the last time I'm gonna see you. And I knew because we've been talking about his health. And I was so occupied. I'm on the phone with Alex Alonso. I had some other shit going because I was at the homie's crib, and that's where I take the call at. So I had some shit going on with him. I had this call with Alex Alonso, and then fucking my uncle said he wanted to see me, and fucking um the homie lunatic shows up with my mom's jewelry. So man, I was like, we had talked for a minute. I was thinking about my uncle. He's a war veteran. He's a Vietnam War veteran. There's a legendary story in the hood about him and David Fierro's. Cause like back in the day when they were growing up, the corner of 19th Street and Villa used to be called Lopez Heights. Right there on that corner of 19th Street and Villa, that's where they used to go and fight and shit. So like if they had pleitos or there's fucking, you know what I mean, some beefs and shit, they went right there and had to scrap it out. Everyone knows how growing up in the projects how it is. It wasn't different. And so because like my family, like I said, that corner was Lopez Heights, and then like the rest of it was Dupervilla Projects. So like the nine of the Lopez clan, they would fight against the rest of them. But like my mom and David were really good friends. They were real good friends. And then like David used to date my tia Becky when they were kids. You know what I mean? And so they used to fuck around when they was kids. And so David and my Theo, they fought twice right there on that corner. They both got each other one time. And that's pretty much it, cause like my Theo would end up in war. He would end up in Vietnam. David would end up prison. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much that's pretty much the birth of Dupervilla, in spite of the fact that it goes further back than that. You know what I mean? Because I can't really, unless I get with David again and have a conversation with him, you know what I mean, be able to question him again, and maybe his brother Sammy. But I wouldn't be able to question Sammy in the same way I would be able to question David about it. Because David goes back to then, because they moved from the Marcos to Dupervilla when they were teens or whatever. And then like David was the coolest cutter on campus, baby. If you ever know David, he got that stroll and shit. David's the coolest motherfucking dog. David wears that shit. Fucking D. That's the thing too. Like, yeah, when you see like David compared to like let's say JB and Wimpy and you know what I mean, Posse, these like those are little, like fucking like 5'5", 5'4", like real little. Wimpy though, I tell you about Wimpy. See that motherfucker, he's a different he's a different kind of gotta worry about. Wimpy's a whole different kind of you gotta worry about ass motherfucker, dude. The rest of them you can see it coming, even with David. David's a big ass brute. He gonna listen, dude. If he's robotic. He's a fucking brute. This case is clear as day, dog. That's David. It's like a robot. Hey, go get him, David. All right. There he is. Motherfucker sitting there at fucking hospital. It ain't gonna matter, dude. It's not gonna matter. Wimpy, though, he's like a little Peter Pan ass motherfucker that hide up in the tree on your ass, hit you with a bow and arrow. That's a motherfucker will hit you with a dart, poison your ass. You think you got hit by a mosquito and shit. Your ass just got hit with something that's gonna drop your ass dead in 3 steps. And then Wimpy, like he's like he's skinny, little old man, right? You see him, you'll never know, dude. You never know because he doesn't. He wants you to think that about him. He wants you to think exactly the shit that you're gonna think about him. And then that little old man will go to a pull-up bar and he'll just start playing with it with one arm like this. It's nothing. Like it's nothing. Then he'll just switch grip and he'll go to the other arm and he'll switch grip and then he'll just like and then he just hops down. He just like on step. You can tell he's in cadence. You can tell when he's walking on the yard, when he's working out shit, he's in cadence of step. Left, 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 right, right. You can tell he's in cadence. You can see when he's walks. I study these motherfuckers, bro. I study them. Nah, but I fuck with him though, cause like me and Wimpy, we did a lot of time and shit. And me and Wimpy were like, I was cool with everybody. Like nobody ever had no shit with me. So like me and Wimpy, we would talk a long time. Wimpy told me a lot. Fucking Wimp dog, cause Wimpy was BFS with my cousins, the Cuates from the gate. They're all from the gates. My cousin Sonny from Cali, from Eloyo Soto, he's originally from Golden Gate. That's where he's born at right there. He lived right there. My Nana Loy says on Tonto because she raised him. Well, she raised him till he was 8, put his ass on a box cart because he was too bad. Sonny was a little badass kid. So let's get into some small talk. Let's get into a little bit small talk. What you guys on today? That mango Charlie Kirk turned into his kid's favorite school snack. He got a gusher. Hey, this I'm pretty sure everybody watching has seen it. Have you seen the assassination of Charlie Kirk? Sooners, what's cracking, brother man? You ain't been on either, man. I listen, bro. All my mods tapping in again. I'm regular on here, dog. Go look at my lives. Go look at the dates on this shit. I do this shit daily, bro. You guys gotta be on here, man. You know what I mean? I got daily lives on there. You can come check out, dog. You know what I mean? Charlie Kirk. Hey, you see when he got assassinated, right? What was he asked? He was asked a question, right? And that bigoted bastard went to say what? What did Charlie Kirk? What was he gonna say? He he was really gonna say, he was really laying it all at the feet of us, saying that mass shootings only count when it's us killing us. when it's gang related fucking drive by type shootings, when it's us killing us, that's it. He didn't get to finish the thought. God said, "Shut up now." God said, "Shut up, dude." That's divine fucking justice. A 1 in a million shot. Even snipers analyzing this shit. Snipers. You can watch them on YouTube. Snipers. Army trained, militarily trained, fucking SEAL fucking snipers. Like, goddamn. I tell you. I was showing my nephew, my niece's husband or fiance, they gonna get married. And I was showing him in real time because I don't close my eyes when I shoot. I can't do that. Now I'll explain something to you. If you close your eyes, you're offsetting, right? So, like, okay, point at something, close one eye and point at something, at an object, a direct object in front of you. Close one eye, point at it, and then open it. and you're not pointing at the same thing, it's going to move over, it's going to shift. So that always has to be factored in when you're shooting. Someone like myself that doesn't close his eyes, that I can't, like, it's, you don't understand. I have to look through those sights just like that, bare eye. So even if I'm not looking through a scope, just the sights on the gun, I can hit a target in the chest from, and I was showing him in motion. I was showing him in motion, both right and left hand, how like when I come out, like in the street right there on 36th Street, there's the barricades with the lights on them and shit. And I was showing them how just like moving, how I can hit each target, moving. And like as I'm moving, I'm knowing, I'm looking, I'm seeing through the sights. I know that my sight is right there set on each of those targets. Boom. As I'm moving, boom, boom. I can hit a target moving. I can hit a target going in one direction while a target's jackrabbiting in the opposite direction. So yeah, Charlie Kirk got what he deserved. Let's be clear about that. Charlie Kirk had no problem with gun violence. He said it. He said that he didn't have no problem with some lives being lost in order for us to maintain the right to bear arms. Well, it cost you your life, didn't it? And now your widow is already on to what? His widow is already fucking with JD Vance. Matter of fact, listen, that's just a big ass fucking orgy right now. Like that is just one lustful fucking hellish fucking orgy. Like it is just so. Remember the first time Donald Trump got elected? You remember how many people, how like what was his name? The staffer dude. He was having an affair with the other staffer chick, and then he gets accused of beating the girlfriend and the wife, and like you see these motherfuckers, dude, when they're in power. Why is that? I mean, you gotta keep the shit in the closet, right? Or something. These motherfuckers don't care. They want the world to know they racist. They want the world to know they biggest. They want the world to know they're in power. They want the world to know what it is. They want us to know our place. Like everybody understands this shit and gets this shit. It's a turning point in America, wasn't it? It's a turning point when try. Hey, I mean, you know it's divine justice that he got it through his neck. I'd have liked to see this pop get top. His top get popped. That's what I would like to see. You know, if you ever seen like when a head gets a headshot, especially with an impact from like a 223 or something around like that, the impact ain't nothing like a 7.62 round. Ain't nothing like an AK round that'll tumble through your ass when it hits. That motherfucker go in you and start doing this shit, ripping your ass up. I'm not. Hey man, I refrain from all that. Amelia Carter, I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate the gifts. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't see a need me myself, honestly, for like firearms as a defensive weapon. I don't like. And I know everybody I know that has them. They have them for defensive reasons. It's like, right? Really? Like, you need a gun. You need a stick for defense. You can't fight. Like, and then they say, oh, well, somebody got a gun. What if somebody got a gun? Oh, well, okay, still the same fight. Listen, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident that I can win a hand-to-hand combat, a straight face-to-face fucking one-on-one fucking fight with somebody with a knife or a gun in their hand. Like I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not gonna turn and run at the sight and sound of a flash and and a flicker from a fire, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna turn my back on that shit. You're crazy. Who would do that? Nah, we're gonna confront that shit. That's what we do every day. You know, I sit here, listen, I come on this, I come on here live every day and I confront what is in front of me every day, no matter what it is. I'm walking for exercise, so obviously, you know, it's a question of health and mental health. You know, and then everything else that comes from it, because I have the opportunity right now to express myself in a way that's enlightening to me. And if people can gain from that and it inspires others to do good for themselves wherever they are, however they are, then that's all the more, right? Because honestly, then I could say that then I can truly say that I'm doing some good here, right? I can honestly say that I'm here to influence people to do better and to keep kids from getting in gangs and all that shit. I can really say that, right? Unlike the rest of them, I can truly stand on it, right? When I'm out in public and I'm doing it, when it doesn't matter who they are or where they come from or what they claim and none of that, and I confront them all the same. And I confront them all the same and I do the same thing. I flash them the reminder of what they're looking at. Because I know that when they start turning and they start rambling on and spamming my comments and they get all triggered, I know what it is. They're trapped in their own mind. I'm living rent free in their head, like they say. And they're just gone. They just fucking start spamming and going crazy. And I have to remind them of the reality. I'm gonna have to start charging you $99 a month, man, for that rent I'm living in your head, for that rent in your head. I'm gonna start charging for them thoughts. I'm gonna start charging all you thoughts for them thoughts you have about me. Ah, fuck. You see, people promote violence at me. I say, bring it. If it's violence, then bring violence. I'll show you. I come in peace. You see what I'm saying? I come in peace. So we see the contradiction in facts. We see the contradiction in characters. You see what I'm saying? Because I can prove, I have proof that what I am doing is influencing people in a positive way. I'll tell you what, tonight we ain't gonna do that clowning shit. We're gonna do this sunset and we're gonna get into these theses. We're well, because somebody had asked about that. So even if I got to take notes, bring notepad or my fucking laptop, however we gotta do it, we'll see about getting into that discussion. And I'll see about just sharing the links on, see if I can share them from my chat GPT to my community post right here so you can actually read them yourself. But I want to speak about the influence of this because people don't understand, like, these rappers in the rap industry right now is being used to promote drug abuse. Every last one of these rappers that's on there that's being paid all this money, they're nothing but puppets, dude. Those are punks. Those are straight ass prostitutes, dog. Fuck their gangs. Listen, this is outright disrespect to every rapper in the industry that has a label distribution deal. Fuck your neighborhoods. You're all gay. You're sitting there promoting drug abuse. You're sitting there promoting death and violence into the fucking community, and you're disrespecting your own goddamn neighborhoods, dude. Put that fucking gun to your own head. All you motherfuckers, put those guns to your own head. Matter of fact, listen, dog, get all them pills and do them all at once. Do that shit all at once. Get that shit over with now. We're tired of hearing about it. We're tired of supporting your drug addictions. We're tired of spending billions of dollars to support the buffoonery, the minstrel show, these black faces. We're tired of doing that. You're nothing more than fucking puppets, dude, that are being played. You guys are enemies of the community. You speak about death, you speak about drugs, you promote drug addiction, you promote whoredoms, harlotry. You've turned girls and women into harlots and whores. They call themselves bad bitches, a female dog. Girls pride themselves on identifying themselves as female dogs because the industry, these plants, these gatekeepers, this fucking shit show has shown ourselves to this stage. They make it all acceptable. They make homosexuality, they make drug abuse, they make death and murder. They make it all acceptable because they sell it to us. They get the most ignorant of people from our community, the biggest sellouts, the biggest whores that they know. They get on camera. They know what they do to them to get them deals. Birdman, all of them. Jay-Z, they know what they had to do to get those deals. That's why they didn't have no problem doing the Diddy shows to everyone else. And what are they selling to us? Look at what our communities look like. The most beautiful of females in your communities are female dogs. The most beautiful figures, females in your community are female dogs. They identify themselves as female dogs. Roof, roof. Perra. When you've degraded yourself and demeaned yourself and demoralized yourself to the point where you've called yourself a female dog, I'm going to go one further for you and I'm going to do you one better. You're a cunt. Every bad bitch that calls herself a baddie or a bad bitch is an outright cunt. You're a fucking cunt. You ain't no bitch. You're a fucking cunt. Cunts are fucking snakes. You're whores. You're a bunch of fucking Jezebels. And what does that say about anybody who will fuck with that? And the cold thing about it is these females got more nuts in the game than these dudes do. These dudes are wearing unisexual clothing. Their clothes labels literally say unisexual. These motherfuckers shop in a unisexual clothing section so they can share outfits with fucking females. Why is it that girls wear the same kind of fuck pants as boys do? Why they be fitting on the ass and the frame in the same fashion as the boys and girls do? Why you little boys showing your little hearts from the back like that if you ain't trying to get poked in your butt? Why in the fuck are you on all these stimulants that are fucking making you want to just have all this fucking, debauchery? It's like my 16-year-old brother I talked to. And every temptation is there, of course. You know, every drug at 16 years old, every single drug that you hear being rapped about, this shit's being passed out at high schools. It's being passed out at fucking junior high schools. And people wanna give these motherfucking rappers fuck you punks. Fucking rotten piss now. Like, that's how I feel about Pac and all of them over this shit. That's what I think about every motherfucking rapper. Rotten pissed motherfucker over this shit. Fuck Ice Cube's punk ass. I catch your ass out in Phoenix, fool. You getting it. Motherfucker, you ain't like, there ain't not one motherfucker you call in Phoenix, and this motherfucker, dog, you can reach out to whoever the fuck you know, Ice Cube over here. I double dog dare you tell your family who the fuck I am, fool. Punk motherfucker, I go to your people shit. Motherfucker, I have my people go to your people shit. Motherfucker, I have your people go to your people shit. And I had that shit burnt the fuck down, punk motherfucker. And now he ain't nothing but a real fucking sellout, bigoted ass, racist motherfucker. Fuck you. Fuck NWA. Sellout ass motherfuckers. Everybody know Easy E sold out, suck Jerry Heller dick. That shit ain't no secret. Everybody knows everybody knows the influence of Jerry Heller in the rap industry in California. Everybody know Jimmy Iovine's fucking influencing that shit. Huh? Scott Storch. Huh? Scott Storch. All these culture vultures, huh? You know what I'm saying? And the cold thing about these culture vultures is that is people that are black and brown. You know what a culture vulture is? A culture vulture is 99% of these rappers that don't have the history that they claim. They really rapping about their homies that is doing that shit. And their homies is protecting them and shit because they getting the money for rapping. That's all that's happening, dog. These motherfuckers to go do a little quick little stint, little 2, 3 year, be little wino time, come back out like they didn't, you know what I'm saying? Telling all these stories about all the phase they ran and all this foolish ass shit. Man, shut the fuck up. How about you run your ass to school and get your ass a GED, motherfucker? Run your ass back to school and get your ass a degree. Talking about I ran 100 phase in the county jail. God damn, dog, is you that dumb? Like, dog, you got your head knocked 100 times, dog. Like, you didn't learn to just chill back, dog, to just mind your P's and Q's, dog. You didn't feel the need to just relax now, dog. You didn't earn that after the first one. You know what I'm saying? You didn't your first fight didn't earn you a, you know what I mean, a solid, I'ma chill back on this shit. If not, goddamn, dog, you was your head is hard, dog. Like you was a hard head motherfucker. So it's no wonder you'll blow your whole hand off with a firecracker. Like it ain't no wonder, huh? A crash test dummy to get in 100 fades. They don't learn after the first fight. He got to get into 100 fights and still don't learn. You already know he gonna blow his hand up with a firecracker, huh? You already know on 4th of July he gonna be holding. He's so dumb. He gonna be holding a firecracker too long. He gonna he was running a fade with that firecracker in his hand. He's I ain't gonna do this. I'm watch this shit. They ain't gonna do me nothing. You know he was holding on to that shit like it wasn't gonna do him nothing. Shit. On green, hit that like one time for your mom. Appreciate you, bro. Bigler 2, you got that right on target. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the tapping. Appreciate the chats. Appreciate the comments. Hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe. Let's see. Herbs and animals are life. Legalized dreamfish, Colorado River toad, cane toad, yopo, fika iba. Uh, oh, yeah, for reals. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, do me a favor. Go in my comments right now. Go in my comments and post that in my comments. Because I'm not going to see the chat when this is done. I got to wait for that shit to upload. So, hey, and it's hard to find. Do me a favor. put that on there because I want to go look that up. I want that's it because I'm gonna get into because I already did the pharmacology thing. I want to get into herbs and natural uh, things in nature that heal. You know what I mean? Like I've seen studies, I've seen cancer studies, right, where they've been studying neurotoxins from like jellyfish and different kind of spiders and snakes and shit, different neurotoxins um as antibodies, right? So like they're using the because the venom is specific, right? It's a specific neurotoxin that targets a specific something specific. So like they're aiming those neurotoxins at those particular cancers, right? So like they're developing vaccines. If you know anything about a vaccine is basically the virus. That's like you get a flu shot, they give you the influenza, they give you last year's shit, they give you last year's shit. um, but that's basically what it is. It's an antibody wrapped in the body itself. So like by nature, the vaccine will attract to whatever it is because it's of its kind. Genetically it's the same, right? So it attracts in form because like cancers, they form, they grow, so it attracts to the cancer as cancer, but it's an antibody because it has the neurotoxin. So the neurotoxins are aimed at killing that cancer on the spot. Yeah, I love science, bro, and that's one of the things. Like me and Ben Cuevas, we talk a lot about that. He gets a lot, he's real knowledgeable in that shit. That's how I need to get at. Like he puts me up on game on all that because like he's heavy off into nutrition and diet, exercise, all that shit, bro. Like he, especially when it comes to indigenous and tribal uh, uh, practices, herbs and foods and shit like that. Yeah, he can break down the he can break down the nutritional value of nopales and shit. You know, Uncle Carlos Castaneda made great books. One that, yeah, but yeah, for reals. They're labeled cultural anthropology. Actually, he was an anthropologist. Yeah, I read all those books. What's the I can't. I always forget the name of it. When he first, the very first one, I can't remember the fucking name of the very first one. When he meets the medicine man. Yeah, bro. Like I've inquired about a medicine man, but I know that like I'll meet one. They don't. I don't know. I mean, you know, the irony is like, especially in my tribe, right? Like when it comes to Apaches, I've counseled Native Americans, right? So like I have like personal relationship with some Apaches. They're from San Carlos. And like both of them at their age, they're medicine men. They just don't realize it themselves. Like you have to watch them, you have to watch them climb. They're like mountain goats. To watch them scale those cliffs at nighttime, because I had them out there at nighttime, I was taping them. The way how fast they can climb those cliffs in the dark, the way they can run through that and just it's it was weird, bro. Like to watch in the night like that, it was there. It was just a shadowy figure that just seemed to float up the fucking mountains, and then the other one started running after it. That's why I tell people, like Chicanos here in Arizona, we pride ourselves on our indigenous heritage. We pride ourselves in that. We don't pride ourselves in the Spanish aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like there's no value in it. There isn't. But see, like those of us here, Chicano, that would identify themselves as such, like most already trace their blood to a particular tribe here. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, there's Spanish or Mexican, whatever ancestry, whatever first or second or whatever generation, but there's an indigenous cut, and usually like people know what tribes they come from, because like especially like on the east side, there's only so many tribes, dude. Like we know all the tribes that are here. They're all right here. That's the thing, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta watch like video of the powwows and shit when they powwow and when they're doing their dances. Like I posted one time on Facebook. They were having, this was in I forget, like early 1900s, I think it was, that they got that video. They got that footage. It was a war dance. They were doing war dances and shit. And like, I'm gonna tell you something, dog. You watch them motherfucking war dances. You watch them dark, dog. People don't understand. People don't understand it. Like those warriors and them tribes, when they go out, when they got uh uh their war garment, the war regalia, and the war fucking bonnets and shit on, dog. That's camouflage you can't see in the field. That shit is strategically fucking put on there to camouflage. And the way those warriors are trained, like you have to watch them dart like a doe. You can't see. A lot of people don't understand the history here. If it wasn't for the Navajo Nation, if it wasn't for the Navajos breaking weak, then bro, this shit don't get settled. They don't. This isn't this territory doesn't get settled. Fuck no, bro. They couldn't get Geronimo, dude. And that's the thing. Like that was just Geronimo coming and going. Like he just could not be contained. Like fuck that. And then after they killed his fucking family, there's a history here. Like I'm telling you a history that I'm not so far removed from. This is my ancestry. You know what I mean? Like this is my blood ancestry. And you know what I mean? Like that's why I say people always want to like, look, dog, if I have pride, I have pride in being me. I'm not gonna sit here. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm just one thing over anything else. I'm Apache. I'm Irish. I'm Scottish. I'm English. I'm Spanish. With Congolese, cause my listen, all this Boricua bullshit. The blood trace is Congolese. It's not Boricua. It's Congolese. But see, that's the thing about people and their racist pride. Like I'm an American. That's my nationality. I'm born in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Maricopa County Hospital that is no longer there. I listen. I'm proud to be from here. I'm proud of this state. I'm proud of my country. I don't want to be something else. I don't want to be a fucking Canadian or a fucking German or Mexican or a Colombian. I don't want none of that. I'm an American. Unless I'm going to give up my citizenship, I'm always going to be a fucking American. You know what I'm saying? And the question is like, okay, so what does that matter anyway? Right? What difference does it make that that's my ancestry or whatever? if what I'm speaking on doesn't have any value, right? Just to say that I'm this or I'm that, and hey, power to the people. What does it say? It doesn't. That's not my. It's still not my culture because culturally speaking, my culture is set daily. Like my culture literally can be defined by every live that I have on here. Think about it. It's a culture of psychological of psychological recurrence. The psychology of cultural recurrence. The recreation of a culture within myself. Culturally, I decide that I'm going to do things different. I'm going to compose, I'm going to compose different literature. I'm going to look at life differently. I'm going to sing different songs. I'm going to tap more into my tribal essence, my human nature itself. I can't see that. Let's see. What happened to freedom of religion and the Constitution and the Geneva Convention and the Native Right Act? Well, those are a whole bunch of different things. That's a whole bunch of different things. Uh, let's start with, I guess the easiest is the Geneva Convention. What about the Geneva Convention? Blackwater. That's what happened. The privatization of war. That's how you circumvent the Geneva Convention. You subcontract fucking paramilitary groups like fucking Blackwater, and they are not bound by the rules of engagement laid out in the Geneva Convention. What else did you got there? Religion, freedom of religion. We have freedom of religion. They're trying to take it. They're trying to force us into a one religion. They want us all to be going to Turning Point USA. I guess that's the church we're supposed to be going to. So much for that one, huh? Yeah, dang it. God said, no, that's not the one. Not Charlie. He said, sorry, Charlie. He said, sorry, Charlie. Let's see, what else do you have? Native Right Act. Oh, see, okay. When you start talking about the rights of the Native Americans, the indigenous tribes, that's okay. Like, where do I begin, dude? Okay, here we go. What do you know about land deeds? What do you know about the laws that govern land deeds in America? Why? Listen, because this goes back to Rome. There's a reason why there was a purchasing of land. There's a reason why there within the law, a legal system in a country, it became necessary to purchase the land. Remember, Louisiana was owned by France. Louisiana was owned by France. The United States purchased it. The United States paid a price for that land. It's the same with Hidalgo. The real history behind Hidalgo is that they were supplied, Zapata and all them were supplied weapons, they were supplied money, they were supplied whatever they needed to win the war because it was already agreed that the U.S. was supplying with everything that was needed in order for them to win. You know what I mean? Fucking, because it was New Spain. And once it became Mexico, look at how fast, Look at how quick it was from the time it went from New Spain to Mexico, and then they ceded the land. That was a prior arrangement. Everybody said he sold them out. No, there's no Mexico without the United States government. I mean, that shit's still New Spain. Oh, this was that. No, you don't understand the history. You don't understand the financial obligations. So when we get to the Native American rights, and you talk about those treaties, not that's what really needs to be revisited. We really seriously need to do a historical dive into the purchasing of that land and those deeds, because okay, those are open air prisons. Everybody talks about Palestine and Gaza being an open air prison. Every reservation in the United States is an open air fucking prison. And if you're a Sioux, you're in the Aglala Nation, you know that them motherfuckers, any private company, like anything, they get all these leases to go strip the land, uranium and all this shit for profit. For profit, go stripping the land for ore and uranium and shit, for profit. Because you know why? Those reservations are owned by the United States government. They're not owned by the tribes. The treaties that the U.S. government has with the Native American tribes is for the purchasing of their land. They purchase the land that they then imprison them on. Those are open air prisons. They they don't listen. They call them sovereign nations, but they don't have sovereign rights as you suppose. They don't have the same. They don't have the same commercial rights. There's no people, listen, there's no American people more oppressed than the Native Americans. None. Historically, ever. The bondage of slavery of the Africans doesn't compare to the Native American plight in America. Not even close. The brutality of slavery in America does not come close to the brutality of, 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 of the millions upon millions of fucking Native Americans that were murdered. You didn't know that there was millions of Native Americans that were murdered in order for this land to be settled in the fashion that it was, did you? No, there was thousands of tribes here. There was millions, tens of millions of people here. That whitewash history tells a different story about what this place used to be like. Now that's a whitewash history. They whitewashed away the genocide of the Native Americans. You know, and it almost seems to me now when I look at history, it's almost like it's been a romanticization of the African slave trade. It's almost like it's been romanticized in order to play partiality in our politics. You know what I mean? So like one group gets favored over the other. You know what I mean? It's the black rights, it's the white rights, it's the gay rights, it's their rights, which dude, it's all devoid of American rights because any individual right neglects everybody else's collective rights. You know what I mean? Like it shows the inequity in our law itself and the partiality in the people that we elect. Well, you elect them because of popularity. They look like you, they sound like you, they walk like a duck, they sound like a duck, they quack like a duck, so you vote for the duck. You know what I'm saying? You know the duck from the park. You know, he decided the duck decided he want to run. He tried to quack it in the park. Man, I was supposed to end this live a long time ago. You gotta be fucking with me, man. Why you guys keep me on here, fucking up my walk? How long? What time? 1:33. Over 100 minutes? Yeah, I gotta I gotta start ending this because I'm about. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm done with my fitness app, but that's not my distance. Like I said, I walk for time, not distance. I'll measure how much I walk at the end of the day because This is just a power walk to get going. You know what I mean? Like this is just to get me going. Bro, my study's getting fucking tense, dude. And like I really need to turn off, dude. Like I was thinking about, and I may do that. I may do that after this, charge my shit up and go to the library. Um, I think maybe this weekend, I think maybe Saturday, I'm gonna go to the library, go over there and like I could just link up in that and then fucking um I could just sit there on my laptop and study all day. You know what I mean? And I have, cause like I can have a spread. I have a desktop right there. It's easier for me. Cause see me, it doesn't matter, dude. Like even when I was and when I take college courses and shit, it doesn't matter if they're online. It doesn't matter that shit got to be entered. All of my classwork, every bit of my classwork, um, from my notes to all of it, I keep are handwritten. I write out every question handwritten as it is, and I put my answer as is in there, like I was taught in school, all of it. And then I put it on the computer. Like I condition myself to do things for a reason. You know what I mean? Like what they say: if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I tell you, I thank God. You know, I've been. It's a. I find myself in these weird twilight zones. I'd say it's like for me every day is surreal, but it just becomes surreal. Like, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and it's like I was saying it earlier. I was saying it to my mom, saying to my mom. I just blurted it out nowhere, just like I'm gonna be I'm gonna be married by next spring, and I don't know why I felt that way. Like I feel compelled in the direction that I'm headed. You know what I mean? I feel a divine providence pulling me towards an ultimate goal that's already been there in my heart. You know what I mean? I'm just working it out as I walk it out and talk it out. You know what I mean? And I share all of these insights and perspectives with everybody watching. But for me, like I said, even when I'm sitting there talking, I'm focused on something. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm always looking beyond. I gotta stop looking at the camera. Let me see. Mark Harmon, there was 1,000 tries before the white man came to settle the land, and now there's 574 federally. Right. And that's why I say like the last I tell you last time I was at the library, I went to that section. You ever get a chance to go to library like your city library, main one, and they got those books? Go look at the section that has all the treaties and shit. It's a section, bro. Like that is a lot of fucking writing. That is a lot of literature, dude, that goes into like the settling of these because like I said, they purchased the land. The United States government owns the land. So like if I prospect on land, like listen, I don't know why the Native Americans don't do it. Why they don't prospect on the land and then fucking, you know what I mean, create the business interest themselves instead of allowing someone else to come in because it's gonna happen regardless. The Sioux have not been able to stop none of that mining. You know what I mean? Like, so what do you do? Fuck it, you take control of that shit. You start the businesses that are gonna do it, and then you say that's the only way you're gonna come through here. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how you do it. If you want to do anything here, we're gonna do it. Not you, not that business, not that company. The U.S. government is gonna give us our tribe, all of the equipment and everything, and we'll hire the people to go in there and do that. We'll get that for you. That's the way that should be done. But That's my daily. I got like her right here. She's out here at the same time daily. There's usually the same people, some of the same people daily out here doing our thing. At Los Olivos. I'm gonna stop right here because I'm gonna put my headphones on. I'm gonna smash. I'm grabbing some water first. I've been on here long enough, and I want to make sure I get this done, get charged up, because that shit was blinding. You see that? That's gonna move fast. That shit gets to move fast in the wintertime, huh? It's crazy. I love astrology and astronomy too, though. But you gotta be blessed, man. I appreciate the conversation. Later on at Sunset Live, Lord willing, we'll get into it. We'll have a deep conversation on that. I'll try to bring my advice out here, and that way I have resource material right there present. You know what I mean? And I can pull some stuff up or whatever. But you guys be blessed. I appreciate everybody tapping in today. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. I, I listen. I appreciate. I'm gonna tell you something because I know there's people. I appreciate the fact that there wasn't no trolling today. I appreciate that. You know, and that shouldn't be a signal to anyone to do it. That should be a signal as a sign of respect. You know what I'm saying? If listen, if you want to watch the channel and you want to chime in, come on, man. There's a way of doing it. If it's just about the trick game shit, kid shit, come on. We've all been through it. And for any YouTuber who has a channel, we can easily go on your shit and talk about it. It don't even have ever have to be like this. I don't ever do nobody like that. So I appreciate the love and I appreciate the support. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Till tomorrow or till later. Yeah.